Good afternoon, Pats fans, and welcome inside the Brandt Center for tonight's matchup between the Regina Pats and the visiting Saskatoon Blades of this six-game homestand. My name is Dante DeCarry, and he's Drew Posty, and we're excited to preview tonight's retro game between the Pats and the Blades as the first 500 fans into the Brandt Center tonight get some of these cool glasses that Drew Posty is wearing. And, of course, I guess we're following tonight's theme. I've got a nice little, mailman hat, so to speak. But we're excited to preview this game between the Pats and the visiting Saskatoon Blades. The Pats have lost their last 6 games, but they have gone to extra time in 4 of those 6 contests. They're coming off a 5-4 overtime loss at the hands of the Moose Jaw Warriors on New Year's Day on Monday. So some exciting hockey being played by the Regina Pats as of late, despite being on the losing end.
Yeah, and actually they've had some success against the Saskatoon Blades this year. We know what team Saskatoon is. They've got points in 13 straight games, but the Pats are 2-2-1 against them. So they've played some decent hockey against Saskatoon. It's going to be a tough game. Saskatoon's moved up in the CHL rankings into the top 3 or 4. So it's a rivalry game, though, and those are always exciting.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, Drew. And if you look at the last 6 games for the Regina Pats, staying on a positive note, the Pats have actually been able to pick up points in 4 of the last 6 games. They've gone to overtime or a shootout in 4 of their last 6 games, and that is one of the reasons why this group is just 4 points out of a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference standings, Drew.
Yeah, exactly. And, they've still been a pretty solid team at home. They're 10-6-1, if I'm correct. So if they can just kind of reroute that road record, get a little bit better on the road, they do have to go on some lengthy trips after Christmas here, they can still be a competitive team. I know we've talked rebuild, but hey, Alan Miller does not want to put a team out there that's not competitive. There's still lots of guys out there that are really hungry for wins, and I think the Pats have been close. They just need to one more step, one more goal, one more save, and they'll be there.
Drew, you look at this Regina Pats team, and they're calling themselves, or at least I'm calling them, the new-look Regina Pats. A lot of new faces. In fact, 5 new players added last weekend for the Regina Pats. So what can we expect as far as tonight games goes against the Saskatoon Blades, especially with a guy like Barsic and Moore playing against their former team?
Yeah, I always say it every time there's a guy playing against his former club. They're an extra motivated player, so that's exactly what you're going to see. And you're right, it is a new-look team. There's a lot of new faces. It takes a little bit of time to gel. Some guys have played together in the past, some guys haven't, so you might see a little bit of growing pains in that respect. But hey, I'm excited to see all these new guys play. This is my first game back with you since before Christmas, so it's definitely going to be a new look team for me as well.
Well, speaking of new look, I like Drew Posty's look that he is supporting right now. Again, it is retro night for the Regina Pats as they take on the Saskatoon Blades. One more thing before we wrap up this preview. You take a look at the last game for the Regina Pats. It was a 5-4 overtime loss to the Moose Jaw Warriors, but it was a game in which the Pats were actually trailing by 2 in the final 2 minutes of the hockey game. Ty Spencer scored late in the game to tie the game up at 4 to force overtime to gather a point for the Pats, and of course those points are so important. So once again, the Pats showing their resiliency in hockey games.
Yeah, you took the word right out of my mouth. Resilience is what I was going to say. They've done that throughout the season. That's been a bit of a trend with this team. We saw them lose some games, come back, win 3-4 in a row back in October when they were really having some early season success. So it's really a positive to see that trend continue. You don't want to close up shop and just say that's it. Like I said, you want to have that competitive team, and resiliency is a big part of that.
All right, that's all you need to know for tonight's matchup between the Regina Pats and the visiting Saskatoon Blades. Make sure to get your tickets online at reginapats.com. Doors open at 6, puck drops at 7 o'clock. We'll see you tonight.